Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. We're in the dining room today. Oh, it's a good thing y'all weren't here yesterday. The house was full. Had both my children, their spouses, my grandbabies, James. It was wonderful, yet it was crowded. James and I cooked the day before Thanksgiving. We got up early yesterday morning, was cooking again. It was a wonderful day, but when everyone left, we were both exhausted. So, what we do? We passed out like old people do, get in your recliner and take a nap. I never thought I'd see a day that would happen in my lifetime, but now I'm at that point where I get in my recliner and it's nap time. Nothing wrong with it. It's nice. But anyway, we had a great Thanksgiving, and I hope you did too. That's my hope for you, that you enjoyed your Thanksgiving day. Well, today is our neighborhood chat. Yeah, it's our neighborhood chat video. And I've had a lot of things on my heart that I've really been wanting to talk about, and I'm just going to say it. I've always come to you with different topics and subjects and hoping that it would resonate with you, to take it within your heart to try to examine whether you thought you would want to live your life the way that I have explained to you that I want to live mine. I'm not trying to force anybody to believe what I believe or even want to live the lifestyle that I live. But it's my desire for each and every one of you to live your life to the fullest. And this is just me speaking from my heart. I mean, I'm 57 years old. I can't do things that I so desire to do. There's a lot of things that people just take for granted that they do on a daily basis, like drive, go shopping, spend time with their children at different locations, which my children have to come here to visit me because I don't go out that much unless James is here to take me. Walking. You know, some people take walking for granted, like they're going to always be able to walk. I thought I was going to always be able to walk. I had no prior reason to think that I wouldn't be able to walk when I was in my 50s, but it happened. There are things that I won't be able to do now because of my disability that I should have stepped out and took advantage of and done before I got to this point. That's why I'm telling you, life is too short. What I want to talk to you about today from my heart to yours is I see so much control on YouTube. Other people trying to control another person. And it's so wrong because the person that's trying to control is causing the person they're controlling not to fulfill their life potential. I want you to stop and think. Now, I'm mostly talking to the ones that are being controlled because I can't talk about the ones controlling others because they enjoy doing what they're doing. So, most likely, unless God himself comes down and they choose to change, they're not going to change. But I can speak to the ones that are being controlled to say, don't let it continue. Because if that person really, really authentically loved you, they would not be controlling you. Now, what do I mean by control? Saying things like, if you don't do this, we can't be friends. If you don't do this, I'm not going to speak to you anymore. If you don't choose my side, then we can't be friends anymore, or I'm going to be mad, or they'll manipulate you. You know, I heard someone tell me one time, I'll make them think it's their idea and I can get what I want. You know, that person's still on YouTube, and they actually sell things in an auction now. the person that told me that. Yeah, I'll make them think it's their idea, and then I can get what I want. Pure manipulation. But if you can't recognize manipulation, then you don't know that it's going on. And there are so many people that are so insecure and so, I don't want to say weak, but they're so wanting to be accepted that they allow others to control them. Family members, people outside their family, their spouse. I mean, true love allows somebody to be who they are. They allow them to grow and flourish and become a beautiful individual in this world. The person that's trying to keep you down and suppress you, they're not your friends. Whether it be family, friend, spouse, whatever it is, they're not real. And I don't want you to spend 5, 10, 15 years of your life and then all of a sudden you just wake up one day and all that time has been wasted. I want you to see that you are fine on your own. That failure is not doing something. Failure is when you don't even try to do anything. When you try to do something and it doesn't work out, you call that failure. But really, that's potential for growth. Failure is not trying. That's failure. When you step out and you try different things and you, just like maybe you started a YouTube channel, you're only going to get better by continuing to keep doing what you're doing. Like when I started my YouTube channel, my first videos are, but I kept doing more and more videos and I got more comfortable with it. Now, some people like me and enjoy my conversations and some people do not, and I'm fine with that. But I'm here to tell you, don't let someone control you to the point that you think you won't have anybody if that person leaves. So what if they leave? What if them leaving opens up doors to great people coming into your life that will encourage you, that will be there no matter what? What if it opens that door when that person moves out of the way? You know, I can remember when I first got my pacemaker, my heart doctor told me, I don't care if it's family members, work, religion, church. I don't care what it is. If it's causing you stress, you got to leave it alone. If you want to live to a ripe old age, you've got to let it go. And people that are causing you stress, they are not good for you. And what I mean about that, now I know there's stress in the world. And I know couples and things go in life can cause you to have stress. But I'm talking about people that create stress for you to have. You got to let them go. People that cause drama in your life for no reason. People that come to you and talk about others, especially people that you're friends with. Let's just say every time you get a friend, someone comes to you and immediately downs that person and tells you don't need to be friends with them. You can't trust them. You don't really know how they are, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to control you. Don't let it happen. And most of the time, control comes from, they're really jealous of you because they can see the potential that you have. And they really don't want you to show your potential because you will outshine them. Even parents do that to children. They do. I would never do that to one of my children. I want them to shine greater than I've ever shown or done in my life. I want them to succeed. And all parents should. But if you have a parent that's trying to suppress you and put down everything you do and nothing you do is right, or if you have a spouse that does that, that's wrong. They should be there to encourage you, to say, I'm going to be there for you. Whatever you need, I'm going to be there. Don't think that you do not have anybody. And let's just say you don't have anybody. Let's just go with that scenario. What's the worst thing that could happen? If you don't have anybody, you have yourself. And you can dig down deep enough to find who you really are, and people will come to you. They will be drawn to you, and they will love you. And they will love you for you. Not what you can give them, not what you can do for them, not the way you should act or talk or anything like that. You are free. Do you feel free? Do you even know what that feels like? You know that you could just absolutely come up into a crowd and behave any way that you wanted to. Do you feel that free? Or do you feel restrained to hold back when you're in a crowd because of a certain person? You won't go into chats and speak to people because another person don't want you to. And you know another person doesn't want you to. That's control. You should feel free to go into a chat and speak to anybody you want to speak to. Even in the world, you should be able to choose your friends. You should not let another friend or a family member choose, especially being an adult. And I am speaking to adults. And if the other person sees that you're in danger, what they need to do is pray for you. They need to say, look, I see danger here, but you do what you want to do. And I'll be here when everything falls. They don't come up to you and say, oh no, you can't be that person's friend, because if you do, they're going to hurt you. And when they hurt you, don't think that I'm not going to come back and tell you I told you so, because I am. No. They're going to say, okay, you do not see the person the way I do. And when they hurt you, I'm going to be here for you. And that's going to be a lesson for that person to learn. And then the next time somebody comes like that, they're going to recognize it because they've lived through it. You've got to let them, you've got to let other people go through pain to be able to recognize it the next time that it comes. You can't prevent them to not go through things because they're not going to mature. You can believe it or not, but we grow through pain. It's not fun. We grow through failure. Why? Because we stand up and we pay attention to what just happened. If everything was hunky-dory and happy-go-lucky, why would we be worried about anything? Why would we even think about anything that bad could happen? But when it does, it causes us to grow. It causes us to recognize that everybody in this world is not kind. And everybody on YouTube is not kind. Are true. Are real. Because you have so many people that are deceptive. Oh, I keep a mental tab of it. And I recognize it. I don't talk about it to people. I don't. But if they ever ask me about it, I'll tell them. And they can still have the freedom to choose what they want to choose. To be around that person or not. There's some people on YouTube that know who they can manipulate and know who they cannot. But recognize it. There's some people on YouTube that have an auction channel that want to be with other auction channels that have a lot of people that come in, because they don't have a lot of people coming in on their channel. So they want to go to the ones that have a lot of people. So they laugh and giggle and act like they're a part of that channel that has a lot of people coming in, which they're not authentic. They're just using that other channel. I've seen it. I've seen it over and over. But if these channels want to get together and collab with people like that, I'm fine with it. Because that person may not treat them the way they have done everybody else. But their record is they've hurt everybody they've come in contact with up until you. Feeling pain is not fun. Physical pain, pain of somebody hurting you, mental pain, any kind of pain is not fun. But you learn from it. And you say, oh, I don't want to feel that again. And you recognize it when it comes again. But I'm here to tell you, don't let anyone control who you are. Don't let anyone change you for who you are. If they say, oh, you're too loud, or you don't need to say that, or you do not need to put out videos like that, or you don't need to do this, or you don't need that. Excuse me? Your YouTube channel is your YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is my YouTube channel. You put out the content that you want to, and you don't listen to others. You can think for yourself. You know deep down how you feel that your YouTube channel, how you want your YouTube channel to be. Don't be like someone else. Be authentic. Be unique. Be you. Don't let someone tell you how to run your YouTube channel. Don't let someone tell you to get off YouTube. Who are they? Who are they to tell you not to be on YouTube? Why are they so great that they think they should be on YouTube? It just blows me away that people would actually say those things to other people. And me, I let it roll off me like water on a duck's back. I mean, when you tell me something and you try to come at me with something that you think's going to hurt me, no, I can read right through you. But others can't, and they get really hurt. And they start thinking, should I get off YouTube? Should I really be acting like this? First of all, it's not an act. It's not an act. Though some people are acting. Oh, it's so easy to be able to expose these people, but their time will come that they'll be exposed. And it's not for me to do it. It's not for me to do it. But they're out there, and they're close. They're very close. So you just be you. And it's not being ugly if you tell someone to step back and mind their own business. Or run their channel and you'll run yours. And if they get mad when you say that, they're not your friend. They don't care anything about you. They're trying to control you. Remember now, we're talking about control. Don't let anybody do that. Don't waste years of your life and then look back and think, oh my goodness, 5 years has gone by, because that person will leave you in a minute when they lose control of you. When they lose the point of not being able to tell you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, they have no more use for you. Then they'll leave and go talk about you to others, when in reality, they're the problem. And me, it doesn't bother me, because I know that I have been real on YouTube. I know I've never talked about anybody, said anything negative about anybody that was not true. And I've only said it if those people have come to me and I've given them my story. Because we all have a story. It's not for me to blast my story all over YouTube about the trouble that I've had with a person on YouTube. I don't want this person to hurt anybody else. But I'm not going to blast them, because you know what? It's not going to take long for people to figure out, and it hasn't, to figure out that person. Because they can't change. They can't help it. Controlling others is their nature. They think it's the right thing to do. Everything that's nice is not always the right thing. I mean, even Satan was beautiful in heaven before he got thrown down into hell. He was the most beautiful angel up there. So the devil can come to you and look very beautiful and then not be. I love you, neighbor. I really do. I love you. And I want the best for you. And I want you to succeed. And that, with that being said, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. like, become my neighbor, share me out and comment. Bye, neighbor.